The mystery at Blind Frog Ranch Season 5 is already on its 4th episode. Many viewers are becoming more curious as Chad and Dwayne Ollinger continue to stumble upon mysterious markers and artifacts, which they believe to be the clue towards Keyhole Chamber, a secret cavern that may hold the Aztec treasures. However, some fans are calling out Dwayne and Chad's research team. Keep reading to see why. Discovery Channel recently released a description for the upcoming episode of Mystery at Blind Frog Ranch Season 5. According to the network, the 4th episode will feature the aftermath of the mysterious trailer that appeared at the site. Dwayne is now taking extra steps to find out who's been spying on them. The episode will also show a new discovery from the team regarding the ranch. They learned that the government has been tracking UAP activity in the area, which could also explain the mysterious encounters they've been experiencing. Some mystery at Blind Frog Ranch, the most advanced civilizations during their era. It also appears that Chad and Dwayne Ollinger must show something for the viewers before it's too late. There have been many discussions calling out the show for its credibility. The previous episode of Mystery at Blind Frog Ranch, nestled deep in the Uinta Basin of northeastern Utah, Blind Frog Ranch had long been a subject of whispered tales and hushed speculation. A stretch of land marked by jagged canyons, subterranean caverns, and electromagnetic anomalies, it seemed to defy every attempt at logical explanation. The Ollinger family, led by Dwayne Ollinger, had purchased the ranch with high hopes of uncovering something extraordinary, and perhaps even lucrative, beneath its surface. But now, after years of excavation, hidden artifacts, and unexplained phenomena, their research team found itself entangled in growing controversy. At first, the investigations had carried the excitement of a modern-day gold rush. Teams equipped with ground-penetrating radar, seismic sensors, and magnetometers swarmed across the terrain, uncovering metallic signatures far below the surface. The caverns beneath the land, flooded and choked with sediment, revealed evidence of man-made structures. Strange symbols etched into the stone hinted at ancient civilizations or secret societies. Even skeptics had begun to take notice. The local community watched with a mix of curiosity and suspicion. Long before the Ollingers arrived, the land had a reputation among ranchers and native tribes alike as a place of potent energy and danger. Unusual weather patterns clustered over the property. Equipment failed inexplicably. Livestock refused to go near certain areas. Some whispered about the skinwalkers. Others remembered stories passed down through generations, of spirits trapped underground, or of treasure cursed by the ones who buried it. The first wave of backlash began subtly. A break-in at the research station resulted in a trashed server room and missing data. No signs of forced entry. No fingerprints. A month later, a drone monitoring the caverns from above lost GPS signal and crashed violently into the canyon walls. Internal footage showed it veering off course abruptly, as if yanked by unseen forces. Then came the online attacks. Former volunteers and low-level staff began speaking out, accusing the Ollingers team of recklessness and exploitation. One claimed they had been forced to stay underground for extended periods in unstable caverns. Another insisted the team had stumbled upon burial sites and removed items without proper respect or permission. Accusations of desecration circulated, and the team faced demands from tribal leaders and historical preservationists. By the time the media picked up the story, it had grown teeth. The narrative painted the Ollingers as treasure hunters masquerading as researchers, chasing gold and relics at the expense of sacred land. News outlets dug up footage from earlier expeditions. Shouting matches between team members, frantic evacuations during mysterious gas releases, and moments of panic during sudden underground cave-ins. Every strange incident was repackaged as evidence of incompetence or danger. Internally, the team had begun to fracture. Trust wore thin. Tensions between geologists, engineers, and the so-called energy experts ran high. Some insisted the anomalies had natural explanations, unique mineral concentrations or magnetic fields. Others argued for a supernatural cause. There were those who believed the site was a convergence of ley lines, that the strange symbols held power, that the land itself was resisting their intrusion. They had found things. That much was undeniable. A sealed stone chamber 30 meters underground, perfectly cut with smooth corners, far beyond what ancient tools should have allowed. A set of metallic that could not be traced to any external source. A mummified body, partially petrified, tucked behind a granite slab inscribed with a language no linguist could decipher. The more they discovered, the less sense it made. With each revelation, backlash intensified. Protesters arrived at the ranch's edge, waving signs and shouting at camera crews. Legal threats followed. A lawsuit from a coalition of local groups accused the team of violating environmental laws and ignoring the spiritual significance of the land. A whistleblower inside the team released footage of an unreported explosion during a cavern probe, a blast that had nearly trapped 2 workers beneath a collapse of shale and iron ore. The footage ended abruptly, raising more questions than answers. Pressure mounted from all sides. Investors threatened to pull funding. Security at the ranch doubled, and helicopters became a regular presence overhead. The local sheriff's department began investigating reports of illegal excavations, and federal agencies requested access to site data. Some team members quit in protest or fear. Others stayed, gripped by the obsession of unlocking the truth. Meanwhile, strange occurrences continued. Sensors placed around the sealed stone chamber began recording time fluctuations, nanosecond anomalies that seemed to suggest the chamber wasn't anchored to a stable timeline. In one instance, a camera recorded footage of the chamber door slowly vibrating open, only for the recording to vanish moments later, overwritten by static. A researcher swore the door had opened and shut, but no one else had seen it. As August rolled around, the heat of the desert seemed to grow heavier, more oppressive. Animals avoided the area entirely. Workers reported night terrors and hallucinations. One technician vanished for 6 hours, later found walking barefoot and incoherent along a dry river miles away, unable to explain where he'd been. Despite everything, the Ollingers pressed on. The head of the research unit, a former Navy engineer turned geophysicist, insisted they were close to a breakthrough. The metallic readings beneath the chamber had grown stronger, and a new tunneling device was set to breach the lower floor within weeks. If there was something buried deep in the earth, they were going to find it, no matter the cost. But it wasn't just science pushing them forward. Some members believed the land itself was guarding a secret, something ancient, possibly alien, possibly divine. The backlash in their minds was a symptom of the power buried below. The more they approached the truth, the more resistance arose, not just from the public, but from reality itself. Then came the fire. It began as a shimmer of heat over the canyon, a wavering in the air like a mirage. Within minutes, flames erupted near the main tunnel entrance. Equipment melted. Power lines collapsed. A generator exploded, throwing shrapnel across the site. The fire moved against the wind, swallowing tents, supplies, and nearly 2 months of research logs. When firefighters arrived, the blaze had vanished. No smoke, no heat, only scorched earth and the smell of ozone. The incident turned the tide decisively. The local government imposed restrictions on all future excavations. Federal investigators arrived unannounced, demanding access to all findings. The Ollingers were forced to suspend operations indefinitely. News outlets declared the project a disaster. The narrative shifted from discovery to catastrophe. Behind the scenes, the remaining team members clung to what fragments they had salvaged. In encrypted servers and private notebooks, records of the anomalies were preserved. Not all data was lost. Not all doors had closed. Even as the world turned its back, the mystery remained, deeper and more compelling than ever. Whispers among the team spoke of a second entrance, a tunnel marked in old survey maps, but never explored. A contingency project began quietly, off-site, away from prying eyes. If the ranch itself had rejected them, they would find another way in. For now, Blind Frog Ranch lay quiet, its secrets buried once more under layers of stone and silence. But the land remembered. The backlash, the fire, the anomalies, all